Picture this. You've had a really long day. You're exhausted. You're lying in bed.
Oh, doing the classic midnight doom scroll.
Exactly, yeah. The blue light of your phone is just like illuminating your face in the dark, and
Yeah.
you are mindlessly scrolling through your social media feed.
We've all been there, for sure.
Right. So you swipe past a friend's vacation photos. You swipe past some targeted ad for a blender you don't need.
Yeah.
You swipe past a news headline that you just really do not have the energy to process.
Yeah, your brain is just totally checked out at that point.
It really is.
Hmm.
But then you hit something that makes you hit the brakes. It doesn't look like an ad. It doesn't look like a friend's update. It feels like this direct, highly personalized transmission meant exclusively for you.
Which is wild, right? It creates this sudden, jarring illusion of intimacy.
Yes.
Like in the middle of all this chaotic digital noise, you stumble upon a piece of content that seems to have peered directly into your soul and recognized exactly how tired you are.
That is the perfect way to describe it. And for this deep dive, we were unpacking the hidden mechanics behind those very specific, highly viral manifestation posts.
It's a fascinating topic.
It really is. We have two sources on the table today, just two screenshots from Facebook that perfectly capture this phenomenon.
Right, and they take completely different approaches, too.
They do. The first is a really text-heavy minimalist message posted by an account called Ali Daily. And the second is this highly visual, cosmic-themed image posted by Adputri Milani from a page called Souls Mindful.
And, you know, when you look closely at these two posts side by side, you realize they aren't just random bits of spiritual encouragement.
No, not at all.
Beneath all the sparkles and the nebulas, there is a very calculated architecture at play here. These creators are deploying like very specific psychological tactics designed to make you stop, read, and react.
I mean, I have to say, I'm coming into this with a pretty healthy dose of skepticism.
Oh, naturally.
Yeah, I look at these posts and I see a lot of mystical themes and, magical thinking. I just don't get how a random picture of space with some nice words stamped on it gets literally thousands of people to comment.
Right.
Like, what is actually happening in our brains here? How do these creators engineer this massive user engagement?
Well, to figure that out, we really have to start with the initial point of contact.
Yeah.
Because before they can convince you of anything, they have to function as a cognitive speed bump.
The speed bump, I like that.
Yeah, they have to jolt your brain out of its scrolling rhythm. And the foundational tactic both of these posts use is an instant, aggressive claim to unquestionable authority.
Let's look at the visual contrast between the sources to see how they actually do that.
Sure.
So the minimalist post by Ali Daily is literally titled, in bold, all caps, text message from the universe.
No subtlety there at all.
None.
Yeah.
And then you have the Souls Mindful post, which just goes for pure visual maximalism.
Right. It doesn't just say it's from the universe. It literally builds a universe on your screen.
Exactly. You have nebulas, glowing stars, the vastness of deep space, and right in the middle is this glowing golden tree of life imagery.
And hovering over all of it are the words, "It's arriving."
Which is so dramatic. They are basically claiming to speak on behalf of the cosmos.
Yeah. And in classical rhetoric, a speaker has to establish credibility before an audience will even listen.
Right, like showing your credentials.
Exactly. Usually that means highlighting your experience, your degrees, or your research. But these posts, they bypass human credentials entirely.
They just skipped the line.
They declare themselves the ultimate authority so they don't have to prove a single thing to you.
But I have to point out the absurdity of this. If you look at the text of the Ali Daily post, it has a tag at the bottom that reads, at Manifesting Magic 1111.
Right, just a totally random handle.
Yeah. Like if someone walked up to you on the street and said, hi, I am the official spokesperson for the Milky Way galaxy, you would cross the street.
Oh, absolutely. You'd run.
You would recognize immediately that this person is not an authoritative source. But on a screen, reading a post by Manifesting Magic 1111, we actually pause. We read it.
It's strange, isn't it?
Why does this work on a screen when it would fail so miserably in real life?
Well, it works because of the state your brain is in when you were scrolling.
Okay, tell me more about that.
In psychology, there is this framework developed by Daniel Kahneman that divides the brain into System 1 and System 2 thinking.
Ah, right. Thinking fast and slow.
Exactly. So System 2 is your slow, analytical, skeptical brain. If you're reading a legal contract or listening to a stranger on the street make wild claims, System 2 is active.
It's the filter.
Right. But when you are scrolling in bed at night, your brain is trying to conserve energy. It drops into System 1 thinking, which is rapid, automatic, and really low effort.
So you're just like looking for patterns.
Yep, looking for patterns and quick dopamine hits.
So my analytical brain is basically asleep at the wheel.
Precisely. When a post declares itself a message from the universe, it isn't submitting a hypothesis to your System 2 analytical brain for review.
Right. It's not asking for your opinion.
No, it is delivering a declarative truth directly to your System 1 brain. And because the message is positioned as originating from the cosmos itself, it inherently flatters the reader's ego.
Oh, that makes sense. Because if the universe took time out of managing, black holes to send you a memo, you must be incredibly important.
Exactly. Your brain doesn't question the messenger because the premise makes you feel so incredibly special.
Okay, so they've hijacked my attention by bypassing my analytical filter and pretending to be the universe.
Step 1 complete.
Right. But getting my attention and actually keeping it are two totally different things. How do they trap me into reading the whole thing and buying into the promise?
Well, once they establish that cosmic authority, they pivot. They move to language that hooks your deepest psychological desires.
So shifting the focus.
Yeah, they shift from who is speaking to what they are actually offering you.
Let's break down the language in the Ollie Daily post then. Because the phrasing relies heavily on, formatting tricks.
The italics.
Yes. There is a strategic use of italicized text throughout the whole paragraph. It promises that life is about to get wildly abundant in italics. It tells you how blessed and lucky you truly are, and that your energy is magnetic. Again, all in italics. Why do those certain words get this special treatment?
Those italics are functioning as embedded commands.
Embedded commands.
Yeah. When your eyes scan a block of text on a screen, your brain naturally prioritizes anything that breaks the visual pattern.
Oh, wow. So you don't even have to read the whole sentence.
Right. By italicizing words like abundant, lucky, and magnetic, the creator ensures that even if you only glance at the post for literally 1 second, those specific concepts register in your subconscious.
That is so sneaky.
It is. They bypass the grammar of the sentence entirely and deliver the exact emotional state the reader is desperate to feel.
Okay, reading this Soul's Mindful post, it does something similar but through intense flattery.
Oh, the flattery is off the charts.
Right. The text overlaid on that cosmic tree says, "The universe has seen your patience, your quiet strength, and your unwavering hope."
And who doesn't want to hear that?
Exactly. When I read that, I feel like virtually anyone on Earth would agree with it. No one reads that and thinks, actually, I'm loud, weak, and super impatient.
No, of course not.
We all think we are the quiet, strong, patient protagonist of our own lives.
That right there is a textbook psychological phenomenon called the Barnum effect.
Barnum, like P.T. Barnum, the circus guy.
Yes, named after the famous showman P.T. Barnum. The Barnum effect occurs when individuals believe that personality descriptions apply specifically to them, despite the fact that the description is actually filled with information that applies to almost everyone.
Oh, like a horoscope.
It is the exact mechanism behind horoscopes, tarot readings, and, yep, these manifestation posts.
That's wild.
By praising your quiet strength, the post creates the illusion of deep, personalized insight. It makes you feel seen.
And once you feel seen, I'm guessing you're much more likely to accept the incredible promise that comes next.
You're completely primed for it.
And the promise is always about a sudden lack of friction, isn't it? The Ollie Daily Post says, "There's no more waiting for a sign, because you've become the sign."
Which is very poetic, but totally meaningless.
Right. It promises a new normal of ease, flow, and alignment. It even says, get ready to live life fully as joy, love, and prosperity chase you down.
Chase you down. Think about that phrasing.
Yeah, and the Soul's Mindful post says the exact same thing. It says, you won't have to chase it. What's meant for you is already moving closer. It just promises peace and unexpected joy without any effort.
We really need to look closely at the psychology of that specific promise. Why is the idea of not having to chase success so universally potent right now?
I think it's because people are just burned out. I mean, we live in a culture that demands constant hustle.
Oh, 100%.
You have to optimize your morning routine, you have to crush it at work, maintain this perfect social life, and somehow find time to, meal prep on Sundays.
It's exhausting just listing it out.
People are so exhausted by the chase.
And the creators of these posts are exploiting that exact universal human exhaustion. They understand that their audience doesn't want a motivational speech about working harder.
No one wants to hear work harder.
Exactly. They don't promise you the strength to climb the mountain. They offer a fantastical reality where the mountain suddenly flattens out into a moving walkway.
A moving walkway, wow.
Yeah, by promising that prosperity will simply chase you down because your energy is magnetic, they offer a psychological escape hatch.
It's a reality where simply existing and simply having patience is enough to trigger a massive reward.
And it feels good to believe that.
It's a very comforting thought.
Yeah.
But getting people to feel comforted isn't the actual end game here, is it?
Not even close.
Yeah, as I look at the source material, the ultimate goal seems to be exploiting that warm, fuzzy feeling to drive something very tangible. We are moving from magical thinking to raw metrics.
This is where the structural trap snaps shut, all that psychological buildup.
The cosmic authority.
Right, the Barnum effect flattery, the promise of an effortless moving walkway, it all exists to funnel the user toward a physical action.
Let's look at the direct call to action in the Soul's Mindful Post.
Okay.
It tells you a wave of peace is approaching, and then it literally drops a command. It says, type I receive.
A direct order?
Yeah. And then it dangles this bizarre, mysterious carrot. It says, be prepared for it. I have something special to share with you that will change your life forever. A mystic code.
Right.
Like, what is a mystic code?
A mystic code is simply a digital marketing funnel disguised as esoteric wisdom.
You're kidding.
No. By hinting at a secret piece of knowledge that will change your life, the creator opens a loop in your brain. You feel compelled to follow the account or check your direct messages just to satisfy that curiosity.
It demands a transaction for its promised blessing.
Exactly.
But what really strikes me, and this is the wildest part, is looking at the screenshots of the comment sections.
Oh, the comments are fascinating.
When you look at the comments below the Soul's Mindful Post, it doesn't look like a community discussion. It looks like an assembly line.
Yeah, it's almost eerie.
Hundreds of distinct individuals, completely stripped of their unique voices, are just robotically doing what they were told. You see users like Charlie Spencer and Ricky Furs typing the exact phrase, I receive.
Word for word.
Another user, Steve Hayes, types, I receive with gratitude, alongside prayer hands and sparkle emojis.
It functions entirely as a ritual. The act of typing the phrase becomes this physical manifestation of their belief in the post's promise.
And we see the exact same repetitive behavior in the first image, the Ali Daily Post. The original tag was manifesting magic 1111.
Right.
Down in the comments, you have a user named Sandy Alano Ortega, just typing the numbers 1111. Other users like Michelle Worth comment Blessed Be, and Michael Iskowitz writes, manifesting magic with love and gratitude.
They are perfectly mirroring the phrasing of the content creator.
It's just so weird how everyone in the comments is doing exactly what they are told, typing these numbers and phrases over and over. They get nothing out of it.
Well, it's actually a lot like pulling the lever on a cosmic slot machine.
How so?
When a user types 111 or I receive, they are paying the content creator with their social media engagement in exchange for a fleeting feeling of control over their own destiny.
Yeah, it's so bleak.
But to understand why the creators demand this specific action, we really have to look at how social media algorithms actually weigh data.
Okay, so how does the algorithm process a comment versus, say, a standard like?
So a platform like Facebook uses a mathematical engine that scores content based on friction and human action.
Friction, meaning how hard it is to do something.
Exactly. Passive engagement, like slowing down your scroll to look at an image or just tapping the like button, is low friction. The algorithm registers it, but it doesn't assign it massive weight.
That was too easy.
Right. Active engagement, however, requires a user to open a text box, use their keyboard, and formulate a response. That is high friction.
So a comment signals to the system that people are deeply invested.
Yes. The algorithm doesn't read the words I receive and understand the spiritual context.
Doesn't care about the universe.
It just sees data that says, hey, this post is generating high-friction conversation. It interprets that as highly valuable content that is keeping users on the platform longer.
Oh, wow.
Consequently, the system pushes that post to a much wider network, placing it in the feeds of users who don't even follow the page.
So when the Soul's Mindful Post demands that you type I receive, it isn't opening a spiritual portal to abundance.
Not at all.
It is literally hacking the platform's ranking system.
The creators have weaponized magical thinking into a perfectly optimized algorithmic engagement engine.
That is brilliant and terrifying.
The user genuinely believes they are claiming a personal blessing from the universe. In reality, they are providing free manual labor to push a digital creator's content to the top of the algorithmic feed.
Wow.
The magic isn't real, but the mastery of the platform's metrics absolutely is.
Let's pull all of this together for everyone listening, because understanding this architecture completely changes how you interact with your feed.
It really does.
We've explored the three distinct phases these posts use to grab you. First, they assume an aggressive visual and textual cosmic authority.
Right. They declare themselves messengers of the universe to bypass your skeptical System 2 thinking and act as a cognitive speed bump.
Second, they deploy the Barnum effect and hypnotic language. They flatter you with universal traits disguised as personalized insights, telling you that your energy is magnetic.
Yeah, they tap into our collective exhaustion and offer the comforting illusion of an effortless reality where prosperity simply chases you down.
And finally, they trap you with the algorithmic call to action. They manufacture engagement by convincing you that typing an arbitrary phrase like "I receive" is the key to unlocking that promised life of ease and flow.
It is a highly calculated combination of psychological exploitation and algorithm hacking.
The true value of tearing this apart is that the next time you are scrolling in the dark and you see a post promising that a wave of unexpected joy is arriving just for you, you won't just see a message from the universe.
No, you won't.
You will recognize the very deliberate mechanics operating behind the curtain.
And when you understand the machinery of the illusion and you can name the psychological tools being used against you, the trick entirely loses its power.
Absolutely. As we wrap up, I want to leave you with one final thought to consider.
Let's hear it.
If you're listening to this, you have probably felt that exact exhaustion we talked about. I know I have.
Oh, same here.
It is incredibly tempting to believe that we can just sit back, let our magnetic energy do the heavy lifting, and wait for the universe to deliver prosperity directly to our laps.
It's the ultimate dream.
But if we are constantly training our brains to passively type "I receive" into a glowing screen, what happens to our sense of personal agency?
That's a great question.
What happens to our actual drive to get up, face the difficult friction of reality, and manually build the changes we want in our own lives?
Because if we outsource our ambition to a digital algorithm dressed up as the cosmos, we risk forgetting how to navigate the real world.
Something to keep in mind the next time the universe slides into your feed. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.